So the doors are open soon. And when they do, those who wish to follow can follow. But you will find resistance if you're not prepared. Now, have you ever heard of the story of the pit bull who killed the mother-in-law? If you haven't, I'm going to tell you. The woman, man, and wife had a pit bull, and the only one that can control that pit bull, when the mother-in-law was reprimanding her son-in-law, and this pit bull would growl, wanted to attack her, and the only one that could control this pit bull was the wife. So one day, not knowing that the daughter wasn't around, this mother-in-law started reprimanding her son-in-law. And the pit bull started growling. So the man said, quiet, quiet, but the pit bull didn't want his master to be abused. So the first thing you know, pit bull grabbed the mother-in-law by the throat, killed her. Well, court cases. And finally the judge decided it was really the woman's fault to get killed. But he told the man who owns the pit bull, he said, I have to punish you. And the only way I can punish you is in back of the hearse, you put your pit bull on a leash and put a mask on and walk in back of the hearse. The guy said, is that it? He said, that's it. And when your mother-in-law is buried, you have paid your price. He said, fine. So this hearse goes along, and a man with the pit bull on the leash, and in back of him he has a big crowd. Now in the audience, watching this procession, some fella said, Jesus, I wonder if I could hire that pit bull. So he went over. He said, is that the pit bull? He said, yes. He said, is the pit bull for hire? He said, yes. He said, well, I want to hire the pit bull. You know what the man said? Get in back of the line. See? So when the time comes, don't come and ask me to take you through that door. The only thing I say to you, get in back of the line. Get here, because then you will be eligible to get through. Now I don't know if you remember the days, and they were mostly in the airports, where they had no doors, but they had air coming through, and you had to walk through the air. But that air was enough to keep the heat out and keep the cool in, or vice versa. Yeah, just walk right through. I thought it was a marvelous thing, but they got rid of them. No doors, no anything. Walk right in and out. So you see, I was there, Charlie. Now I'm going to leave you with something, so when you come next time, I will explain it to you. Have you ever heard the phrase, his heart is in the wrong place and his heart is at rest? When we use the phrase, his heart is in the wrong place, I change that to my heart is in the wrong place. Meaning, I'm living in a risk world. And when I say my heart is at rest, now I have nothing to fear, nothing to dread, and so forth, no sorrow, no anything. And I will show you what this all means. And remember, structure determines function. And I will show you the structure of these two phrases. Because without a structure, there could be no function. So don't listen to the medics who tell you it's a functional disease. It's impossible. Don't listen to anyone who can tell you I can separate energy from matter and matter from energy. It's impossible. Because when matter works, that's the energy within that matter that makes it work. That we can take matter and make it finer and finer, and so the matter can vibrate, quiver, whatever you wish, faster and faster. But that which makes it vibrate is impossible to separate. So get your reasoning or your reckoning in the right steps. Okay.
Anybody want to ask anything?
Pasquale, when you were talking in regards to the transverse colon being within an arc, and you said one goes this way and the other one goes that way.
That's the spirit, not the matter.
Okay, and that's not food digesting.
Huh?
That's not food digesting that you're talking about. That's
Oh, it's digesting, yeah, but it's digesting it so the spirituality can come out of it. You know, the spirit also needs food. We'll go into that. Just get this now.
Anybody else?
Okay?
Oh, I got a question.
You got something?
Yes, I do.
Go
Not
ahead.
a question, but I'd like to ask you something. The phrase, action speaks louder than words, how does that relate to this? Does that relate
Don't
to
talk
this?
so much, just do.
Okay.
Even in your office. Do. Put a zipper on your mouth. The more you try to explain the unexplainable or the inexplainable, the more problems you'll get into. Chiropractic cannot be explained on this level or earthly level. Impossible. You have to get in there, sense it, and then you never have to explain it. Because somebody comes to you, sick, ill, whatever, just touch it, and instantaneously it is well. No explanation needed.